Hey guys, Third Gen Devil Wrestling Vlog number 2 or 3. So, sitting with Mrs. Third Gen still, watching Supernatural still. So, today's Memorial Day, the day you remember the ones that have passed away. And in the wrestling world, sadly, there's plenty of wrestlers that have passed away, especially at a young age. Uh, I'm not gonna do a lot of wrestlers, just gonna name a few. One that affected me the most would be Bam Bam Bigelow because I've had a couple opportunities to meet him, sit down, bullshit with him, and everything. He was a good guy. He had his drug problems, his drinking problems, and all that, but you don't judge that on how a person is towards people. Sometimes, because sometimes people can be dicks for that stuff. So, you know, rest his soul, and everything like that. Another wrestler that really affected me that passed away was Randy Savage. Uh, you know, Randy Poffo. I followed his career as a, ever since I started watching wrestling. Really, he was one wrestler, one of the few wrestlers that I followed until the day he quit wrestling, especially. And and it's sad that the last couple years of his life he lived them how he wanted to instead of living the wrestling life and everything like that. So rest his soul as well. I was talking to Miss Third Gen, and the one that affected her the most, I would say, would be the one with Chris Benoit. Uh, we always watch the post Raw after pay per view, no matter what it was. And we were sitting here, had our snacks ready and everything, getting ready to watch it, and it popped up on the screen in memory of Chris Benoit, and she lost it. She lost her shit, and sat there and watched the whole 3 hour tribute to the best of Benoit, and then we really didn't watch the news on it or anything. Really didn't look into how he died or what happened. And I think it was the next night on Tuesday night ECW. Vince McMahon was on the screen saying they are no longer going to affiliate themselves with Benoit. None of the wrestlers are going to affiliate themselves with Benoit tributes or anything because they come to find out that he killed Nancy, or a woman, their son Daniel, and himself. So take away what he did. I know it was a monstrous thing, whatever, but me and Miss Third Gen think it's a conspiracy theory type thing.
I don't think he did it. I think it was a setup.
That, we both think it was a setup, but that's just us. Tell me what you guys think. Comment below about it. Also, comment below one or two wrestlers that passed away that affected you. Another one I think affected everybody was Ultimate Warrior. He had such a strained relationship with the WWE and a lot of wrestlers, in fact. And, he bashed a lot of wrestlers, especially the ones back in the day that he wrestled with. When, in fact, he should have been well getting bashed as well, but I'm not going to go into that because I'm not going to talk bad about the dead. Got to get into the Hall of Fame. What did one last appearance on WrestleMania? 10 years to the day he was on Raw, and then not even 24 hours after being on Raw, he died in Arizona. So, I feel really bad for his girls and the wife. But I like how WWE paid tribute to Warrior by putting Connor McKayla, Connor the Crusher. Rest that little dude's soul too. That's sad. I tear up every time I watch the video about it. Another wrestler that affected me in this Third Gen definitely was Road Warrior Hawk. Road Warrior shoved down her throat when she was a kid. They were shoved down my throat. But I loved them.
Loved every minute of it. Especially their feud between them and the Steiner brothers.
Exactly. Or them in the Freebirds, or them in Demolition. Oh God, their matches with them in Demolition. They personified. They were the Dudleys at ENC and the Hardys before they were that. Yeah.
I didn't watch a lot of WWF growing up because Dad watched NWA and then the eventual WCW.
Yeah.
He watched that, growing up, you watch what your parents
And they were on
watched.
there a lot more in the 80s than they were anywhere else. So,
And then
because
I got exposed to WWF through my brother.
no. See, this is the funny thing. A lot of people, why I haven't really explained anything. Growing up, I didn't watch a lot of WCW. I watched mainly WWF. She watched WCW. So we filled each other on shit. She turned me against bitch. She turned me against Hulk Hogan, which I'm happy she did because I kind of lost interest in it. But in return, I taught
Nothing like
her.
turning a Hulkamaniac against Hulk
I
Hogan.
turned her on to more of the WWF stuff, like mainly the Attitude Era stuff. Um, but like I said, I didn't know a lot about WCW, but now my knowledge of WCW is growing more than hers because I read about it more.
Another one that got me.
Her favorite wrestler, by the way, was Kwee Wee.
It was not. It was not.
If you guys remember him, just comment below.
It was not. No, another one that got me was Chris Canyon. That broke my heart.
That was fucked up. Chris Canyon was an innovator in wrestling. He did moves that most people were afraid of doing. Him and Crowbar had like the best matches because those two would innovate in everything. And because WWE was against the whole eccentric or bisexual or homosexual character,
when they started doing the PG.
and when they started doing the PG era and all that, and then Orlando Jones goes to TNA and they give him the rest of that character, that whole character base. When the Canyon wanted to do it, and then Canyon turns around and kills himself for that sole purpose. That's sad.
It wasn't that sole purpose. I read an interview that was after he died with Raven, and they said he had really bad demons. Mentally, he had a lot of demons. He dealt with depression really bad, and he just couldn't take it anymore. Product placement.
This one won't be monetized, that's for sure. Last time I'll be drinking that. Everybody knows how's it going on diet, especially my big ass, so that's the last time I'll drink that stuff. Yay!
I can show my stuff. I got my stuff covered, haha.
Miss Sturgeon is drinking. No, you can't because that's a product placement cup.
What? Newspaper. Haha.
Newspaper's product placement. What the hell is wrong with it?
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. Well,
Forgive her. Forgive Miss Sturgeon.
I didn't see the big credit.
I mean, there's a lot of wrestlers that have passed away, and I think it's affected everybody, at least if you're a wrestling fan. So, like I said, comment below. Tell me who affected you guys, like when they passed away or something like that. Because, see, like her dad, Mrs. Sturgeon's dad, was a huge Magnum TA fan. Granted, he's not dead, but he said wrestling was totally different after he got in that car wreck and couldn't wrestle anymore. And it's true. For a lot of reasons. When it comes, like, to me, the saddest story when it comes to someone passing away, you got Kanye and Bam Bam and all them, the Von Erich stuff. That whole family just about got wiped off the face of the earth. If it wasn't for Michael Von Erich, yeah. But, being wrestling fans, I mean, at one point in time, we had all the PlayStation 2 wrestling games. As you saw in my gaming vlog, the one I did a couple weeks ago, showing the video games that I play. Speaking of gaming vlog, I might do one tomorrow to show you the setups that I use. Especially with, I got a little TV, got a big TV, PlayStation 3, the Sega plug and play that Mr. Sturgeon found at the yard sale that can actually pick cartridges.
Supposedly.
Supposedly, it's a piece of shit. So we'll find out. So, to all the wrestlers that have passed away, to their families and stuff, heart and condolences to y'all, especially to the wrestling family, wrestlers. Miss you guys. Rest in peace. So for now, this is wrestling vlog. It's kind of long, but it happens. Probably do story time vlog later. Probably do one Miss Third Gym. make it interesting. Get her to incorporate, not visually, but you could hear her talking. So, but now, you want to say anything?
Happy Memorial Day.
Speak to it one more time, a little louder.
Happy Memorial Day.
Yeah, I know she sounds like a chipmunk, right? Ah! But for now, this is Wrestling with Third Gen. Rock on, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and all that fun shit. Later.